Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It's good to be back with the Money Bus on Radio Bayelsa 97.1. Welcome to the Money Bus. Yes, the Money Bus is the program that gives you the relevant knowledge around how to manage your money, having made it, and then how to multiply your money. So you must know that there are skills to making money, skills to managing money, and skills to multiplying money. My name is Rita Fabor, and it's another beautiful day to be back with the Money Bus. And as is our practice now, we are not just having the radio audience alone, we are also having our YouTube audience. So I want to say hello to every one of our YouTube audience. And I want to specially thank our YouTubers from South Africa. Somebody was like, you don't appreciate us. Give us a shout out. We, your South African people. So this is especially to you from South Africa and from everywhere you're listening, you're watching from. You are not forgotten. All right, so back to our radio audience. It's good to have you on the Money Bus. Okay, today we are going to another wonderful topic. But before I tell you what it is, I want to ask that you get your writing pad, you get your pencil, your pen, whatever it is, because this is a school actually. I've had people, come to me to thank me. I'm happy when I hear that and to say that they are learning a lot. So I want to believe that people are, really learning from this. I don't want you to be left out. So go grab your writing pad and pen, pencil, whatever it is, or your electronic device, whichever you choose to use, and then be prepared because I want to drop today something that would help you along this journey to financial freedom. And so what's that? All right, the topic for today is 5 rules that will change your life. 5, not just rules, but 5 money rules. 5 money rules that will change your life. Now, before I go on, I want to ask a question. What if your financial problem is not simply that you don't earn enough? Because many times I've had people ask me, how can I earn more? Some persons have said, I don't earn enough. And so I've come to realize that many persons, tend to pin the whole problem around their financial lack around not earning enough. But what if, like I've asked, just what if your main problem is not simply that you don't earn enough? What if part of the problem is that you don't have rules for the money that comes into your hand? Because you already earn something, right? Okay. So, starting with what you already earn, what if the issue actually is that you don't have rules, no structure around what you already earn? Because the truth remains, without money rules, money will certainly leave your hands. If you don't have structure, if you don't have rules around your money, monies will continue to disappear. You receive your salary, and sometimes before ninth fall. It's all gone. I've been there. So I'm not saying something that doesn't exist. You pay bills. You help somebody. You do one or two things. Spend on things you didn't plan for. And before you know it, you are asking, where did all this money go? Some persons earn good income. Maybe from salary, from business that they do. But at the end of the day, it's like, where did all this money go to? Does that sound familiar? Today we are going to change that by God's grace. I'm going to give you 5 simple money rules. 5 simple money rules that can help change the narrative for you. These are not complicated. Investment theories, not at all. They are not. So it's going to be easy for you to grab. It's not one get rich quick scheme. I remember last week we talked about something around this. It's not magic, just 5 principles that if you consistently apply, can completely change your relationship with money. So wherever you're listening from, wherever you're watching from, I want you to stay with me. Don't go anywhere, stay with me. And if you're watching us live on YouTube, don't just watch. Don't just watch. I want you to engage with me. I want you to go to the comment section if you're following via YouTube and drop your comments in response to this question. What is your biggest money challenge right now? What's your biggest money challenge? Because money seems to be a challenge for a lot of persons. You hardly meet someone that would, not have one challenge or the other around money. So if you're following, you go to our comment section and answer to this question. What's your biggest money challenge right now? Then if you are following via Radio Bayelsa 97.1 FM, you can also call in. When I call out the phone number, you can call into the program and also answer to this question. We want to know what's your biggest financial challenge, your biggest money challenge is. Is it that you spend too much? Is it that you find it difficult to save? Is it that you're in debt? Is it that you don't earn enough? Your income is low? Is it impulse buying? Whatever it is, you just go to the comment section if you're following via YouTube and you put it out there, or else if you're following via radio, you can call in when I call out the phone line and then you tell us this. All right, so let's go straight to the 5 rules that I have for us today that can make a difference in our financial well-being. The first rule is pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. All right. I've talked about this before, somewhat on the program and even on YouTube, for those that are following on YouTube. Now, what does it mean to pay yourself first? To pay yourself first means that having received an income, maybe you worked and you were paid, maybe at the end of the month or however you get paid, or you did a business and then you have gotten some profits as income. Now, what you do is that income in your hand, before you even begin spending, as a rule, you take a portion of it and keep in a dedicated account for your future. I'll say that again. Before you begin spending, having received an income, you keep a portion, you remove a portion from that income that you have earned, and you put that portion into a dedicated account for your future. If you don't do this, Tomorrow that we keep saying will be better, that tomorrow will come. But because we did not plan for the tomorrow, because we did not save for that tomorrow will come and have no fruits for us to enjoy. So, yes, you are not earning enough, as is the excuse most of the time when this issue comes up. Yes, what you are taking home is barely enough to take you home. In fact, it cannot take you home at all. Yes, we know that, but you would have to make that sacrifice now if you want to live life on your own terms tomorrow. You know, it just came to my mind now how that sometimes I'll be driving on the road and then I could see an elderly person, a man. There's this particular elderly man I see on the street sometimes when I'm driving, and he's pushing this truck. Sometimes it's a refuse truck. At other times, maybe all these condemned things that he has gone to scavenge from somewhere. At other times, maybe water, in trucks to go sell to people that need them. And I remember just thinking to myself, I say, help me so that when I am old, I won't be like this. But it's not just about praying. And don't think I have anything against prayer. I love prayer. I'm a praying person. But prayer will not get the job done. Prayer alone will not get the job done. There is a place for prayer. If you're so religious, there is a place for doing the needed work. What is needed work? That's what we're talking about now. One of the things we're talking about now. Pay yourself first. Remove a portion of that money you have earned now. Even if it's not going to be enough, remove it. And keep it in a dedicated account for your future so that when you are in your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, you will not be begging for food. You will not be like the people we see pushing truck when they are supposed to be enjoying life. Okay? So pay yourself first. Have an account. If possible, if you say you don't have the discipline of keeping money aside, be like me. When I started out, I remember walking into the banking hall of one of those traditional banks. I won't call the name of the bank because I'm not doing any adverts for them. And then when I told them what I wanted to do, I was there to open an account. And we started the process. I was like, please, it's a savings account. So I don't want an ATM card. I also don't want this account to be enabled for any online transaction whatsoever, so that I can only put in money there and not be able to pull out money, except the monies have hit the target I intend to hit, and then I will straight into the banking hall to cash my money for the intended purpose. So if you lack the necessary discipline to keep money and not go touching it prematurely, you can also do this. Go into one of the banks, open this dedicated account, and then don't get an ATM and don't enable online transactions. So you cannot use USSD. You can also not do internet banking or any bank transfer whatsoever. But please start now, if you haven't already, to begin to pay yourself first so that tomorrow you will be comfortable. So that's the first thing. And I want to point out that it's not about the amount. It's not. It doesn't have to be big. Honestly, it doesn't have to be big at all. You can start with as little as 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, or whatever you feel you can start with, depending on your level of income. But please, start. Start from where you are. Don't wait until everything is perfect. In fact, there's one thing I've come to learn in life. There will never be a perfect time for you to start doing what you have to do. So in the midst of all the chaos, you just have to tell yourself, I'm starting. In the midst of all the debt, in the midst of all the financial challenges, you just have to tell yourself, I am starting this thing today. It might not be much. Okay, let me start with 500. And you go right in. So that's the first rule. Pay yourself first. We'll go to the second rule now. I just want to remind our radio listeners that as is our culture on the program, when it gets to a point, I'll call out the phone number and you can call into the program to answer to the question I had asked earlier, telling us if you've had any challenges around money. Or you could ask any question you like around what we are talking about today, or even if it's something else, it's fine, but I would like for us to, because of time constraints, to focus on what we are looking at today. Okay, so when it's time, I'll call out the phone number and then have you call in. I just want to remind you that please, before you call in, you would have to reduce the volume of your radio. Then you tell us your name and where you're calling from. And you go right down to what it is you want to tell us. All right, rule number 2. We're looking at 5 money rules that will change your life. The second is live below your means. Live below your means. What does this mean? This simply means that, for instance, I want to get very practical. You're earning 50,000 naira. I'm using naira now for Nigeria, the Nigerian audience. It could be dollars, it could be euros, it could be whatever currency depending on the country for our YouTube audience. Okay, for instance, you're earning 50,000. Instead of living to match that 50,000, spending to match that 50,000, you decide to step down, to live and spend as it were you were barely earning maybe 30 or 40,000. That's what I call living below your means. Don't blow all the 50,000 away. Don't blow all the 50,000 away. And this is where I would like to talk about the budgeting rule of 50, 30, 20%. 50% for your wants, 50% of your income for your wants, 30% of your income, 50% of your income for your needs, 30% of your income for your wants, and then 20% of your income for savings and investing. So, if, for instance, you are earning that 50,000, you divide that 50,000 by this budgeting rule, 50, 30, 20, and then you move from there. You will find that you will not spend all the 50,000 if you do it that way, because you're going to be using 50% for needs, right? 30% for wants, right? And then the remaining 20 for your savings and investment. So live as if you are earning far less than 50,000. Live as if you're earning. I remember some weeks ago on this program, Someone called to say that while he was single some years ago, he was earning 50,000. And as a single guy, he was able to save 25,000 naira of his 50,000 income monthly. So he was living way below his means. This is a typical example of living below your means. He was living like someone that was earning only 25,000, whereas his income was 50,000. So he was saving 25,000 and he was living off 25,000. Someone might say, it's difficult to do that now. Nothing good comes easy, remember that. No sacrifice for your tomorrow is too much of a sacrifice today. So you might want to put in that work now so as to enjoy tomorrow. Don't you think so? I think so. Okay, so the second rule is you living below your means. When you get your money, don't go spending it as if there is no tomorrow. You want to buy everything. You want to blow all of the money. No, don't go living that way. Don't go living that way. Okay, that's for that. We'll go straight to the third rule, and that is giving your money an assignment. Giving your money an assignment, whether it is naira, whether it is dollar, whether it is euro, pounds, or whatever your currency is, you have to give your money an assignment. And here again, you would have to do budgeting. You have to budget. You have to you have to constrain yourself to some extent. It's not punishment. It's just you preferring your future over today. It's you telling yourself that I think tomorrow is more important than today. I'm still young. I'm still able to move around, so I can make a lot of sacrifice today compared to when I'm in my 70s, 80s, 90s, or 100s. So I can make the sacrifice now. So you send every money you have on assignments. Give it an assignment. If you earn, for instance, 300,000, don't simply say, I have 300,000. Say, this money has responsibilities. This money has responsibilities. For instance, housing and utilities. Okay, this much is for housing and utilities. That's where budgeting comes to play. Okay, this much also goes for rent. If it's rent, you call it in your side or whatever. Housing and utilities. Okay, this much goes for food. This much goes for savings. Okay, give your money an assignment. Don't just lump your money together and begin to spend. Again, it reminds me of a story I say often and on this program about a colleague of mine in the early years of his employment. He wasn't even confirmed yet in our place of work. Meanwhile, I had been working for some years before he joined. A very young chap. And one day we got talking, and this young chap started telling me how he spends his money. And he told me he had different accounts dedicated to different things. And there is one very account that I will never forget. He called it his social account. So he gave every money of his an assignment. He told himself, okay, he hadn't even had children at that time, but he had an account dedicated to cater for his children when they eventually come. Far back then. So when the children started coming eventually, he didn't have any problems. Today, if you see the house that guy lives in, you want to ask, come, how much is your salary? But it's not about that. He had been coming gradually from way back, keeping monies aside, sending his monies on assignments. Okay, this much from this lump is for rent, is for mortgage, is for utilities. This much is for feeding. Okay, this much also is for transportation. You must do this. You know, many times what we do is that we just gather our monies in one account and we are just pulling from there to spend without having assigned or allotted particular amounts to certain things. That's where we miss it. So at the end of the day, we turn and we say, oh, the money has finished. How so soon? You didn't realize it was going down because you were just removing. You were just removing. That young chap, my colleague, he said something. He said, for instance, that social account, that account was for charity and entertaining of guests. So he said, for instance, he puts 5 or 10,000 into that social account. And he started using it until it finished. He said, socializing for that month, charity for that month was over with until the next month when he credited that account with the dedicated amounts again. That's what we should do. We should give every money an assignment. All right. We'll quickly run to rule number 4. Say, never depend on one source of income. We can never say these things enough. We'll keep hearing them again and again. Never depend on one source of income. Build multiple sources of income. You know, there's this thing that I started trying to do recently. I'm on it. I told myself I want to get to a point whereby I have so many sources of income that every source is tied to one bill. So for instance, I want to go on vacation. I have one source of income tied to that bill, vacation. So whatever money is coming from there is footing my vacation bills. Self-development. I have a source of income that is footing that bill. I want to do that for every bill that I have. So you see, I'll have to build multiple streams of income so that I won't be put under any financial pressure going forward. So I'm on it. You can join me. Okay? Build multiple streams of income. Don't depend on only your salary. Don't depend on only that business. The world now, financially, things are so tough. We say our take home barely takes us home anymore. Some persons, by the end of that day that they receive pay, it's all gone because debts are lined up waiting to be paid. So by the time they remove monies and start paying off those debts, they have nothing left. And the circle is repeated. The debt circle is repeated until the next payday. So you don't want to have only one source of income. You want to build multiple sources of income. Maybe you know how to teach. You might just want to set up a side hustle along that line. Teach something. Do one online business. Do freelancing. These days, you don't need a shop to set up. Just your phone, you're okay. Go do it and ensure that money is coming in from different angles, not just that salary or business. I want to quickly open the phone line, but before then, I'll take the 5th rule, the 5th money rule that will change your life, and that is making your money work for you. making your money work for you. How do you make your money work for you? You make your money work for you by investing, saving in high interest yielding savings accounts, and investing. So you might want to walk into one financial institution to begin to ask them to educate you on their investments. And like I said, Ponzi schemes are no investments, please. They are scams. So don't go looking for those. Go to these regular, traditional banks that are into these things. Ask them to tell you what they offer. I don't want to advertise for any bank, so I'm not calling any name here. But just go to a financial institution, do your own research, and walk into their banking hall and ask them to let you in on what they have, the offers they have. And depending on what you have, the cash you have in hand, decide on what you can do or you can start investing in. But don't just stay the way you are. Send your money on an errand that is going to bring returns. Let your money begin to work for you. The year is almost gone. For me, in fact, I've already seen the end of the year. What have you achieved investment-wise? You might want to begin to take stock already. If you haven't done anything, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You can start now. You can start today. Let your money begin to work for you so that a time will come you can sit while others are walking, cross your legs and drink the best of wine, go on the vacation you so desire and do all the good things you want to do. But if you don't make the sacrifice now, you won't be able to do that tomorrow. Okay, at this point, I want to let our radio audience be part of this program, and so I will call out the phone number. Like I said earlier, when you do call in, please ensure, in fact, before you begin punching the numbers on your phone, ensure that you have reduced the volume of your radio. And when the call does get through, tell us your name and your location. Then you go right on to tell us if you are having any financial challenge right now. You might want to tell us if you have been following us on the Money Boss, what you have been doing in attempts to come out of this. And having heard what you have heard today, what you are going to do moving forward. So the number to call is 0806 036 2898. The number again is 0806 036 2898. Let's take our first call. Hello. Hello. Okay, we didn't get that call. Hello? Hello? All right, we seem to be having some issues with network here, but we are going to keep trying. So you also keep trying to call. I ask that you reduce the volume of your radio for this reason. Please, we'll put an end to this call. When you don't reduce the volume of your radio, the noise that comes is sometimes almost deafening. Hello? Good afternoon. Hello? I didn't get your name. Paul. Oh.
If I can get your number, private number, I want to meet you one-on-one because I invested 2 point something million business last year and
What did you invest in?
Blocking us.
Okay, it's a business you did. All right. Okay, it's all right. But I was looking at investing in maybe the financial markets or something, not investing in your own business. That's what I was looking at when I said that you should make your money work for you. Now, that block industry business you talked about is still you working for your money, which it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Starting a business is not bad at all. After all, I said we should build multiple streams of income. But when I talked about investing, when I talked about making your money work for you, I was looking at you putting your money into financial instruments that will enable you to begin to earn dividends, profits, or return, whatever you want to call it, even while you're not physically doing anything. Okay? That's what I'm talking about when I say making your money work for you. All right. So we'll go on taking more calls. At the end of the program, Paul from Akaba, if you can still hear me, I'll give out my phone number. But I'm becoming weary, to do that because of the unnecessary calls that I get. I don't want people to call me. If you want anything from me as regards the money boss, you want advice, you want to ask a question, I rather that you send me a message on WhatsApp. Don't call me because I won't take the call. You send me a WhatsApp. Send me a WhatsApp message and I will respond to you. But some persons, when I give out the number, in spite of saying what I've said, they keep calling and it's becoming burdensome. But I'll call it out for you at the end of the program. And you just take it down and send me a WhatsApp message. Don't call me, please. Okay? I hope that helps you. So let's go on taking calls. Hello? Okay, we lost that one. I'm sorry. Please do call back. The number is still 0806 036 2898. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Golden Sunday calling from Australia.
Okay, God gift from Osiri Bayelsa State. Go on.
Yeah, I always listen to you on a days like this. So please, just like what the last caller said. So, according to what you said, because there's some person that you abuse or anything, take someone granted, maybe you giving out your number. So without the person understand the purpose why you give out your number. So, for the sake of us, because we already see you as our lead coach. So, the aspect of our way of spending money or investing money, using make money. So, I will be very if I see by the end of the day, you call out your number for a purpose for this business fit. So, please, because every Thursday I always wait to make sure that I listen to you. So, you are so good, and your encouragement and your advice to us, especially as the men, our way of spending money. So I think I'm one of the beneficiaries in terms of everything that you have been saying. So please, I will still want you to call out your WhatsApp number so that we can still discuss one of things to you, so that you can still lead us a way to go, because it's not everything that just like what you said about some banks in terms of maybe their way of operation. So we might even go there, maybe everything now is all about different. Since we know someone that is genuinely that can even lead us, at least just like person like you now, so we can even do anything that we want to do without fear and so please, I'm still begging you to give us your number at the end of the day so that we can still relate.
It's all right. Thank you for calling in. Thank you. All right, I'm expecting you to call in and share some money challenges that you might be having, or maybe you've had in the past and overcome it. It might be helpful to us to hear how you overcame it. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, you're welcome to the Money Boss on Radio Bayelsa. Go on.
My name is Goswell. I'm calling from Shia.
All right, go on. Let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, I want to tell that you can send some money to your account. Hello, I want to tell you that I can send some money to my account.
I'm sorry I don't send money to people's accounts, okay? Please, we'll put an end to this call. And I only want serious callers on the program, please. I don't send money to people. I'm not a bank, okay? I'm not a charity organization. What I do here is financial education. If you're serious about knowing what to do to make money, to manage your money and multiply your money, then you're just who I am, okay? I don't send monies to people, all right? Okay, hello, you're welcome to the Money Boss. Go on, your name and location, please. All right. We can hear you. Go on, please.
Thank you so much for the program. I just started to now like this because I earn more than many like I know but I don't at the end of the year or I don't everything, I don't benefit anything. So I know that affect me.
All right. I'm not really understanding you, but if I heard you well, you earn, but you don't do much with what you earn. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Why is it that you don't do much with what you earn?
Because I don't have savings, some savings, like the rule you are talking about.
Okay, so going forward, having heard what I've said, what can you start doing now to help yourself? Hello? Yes, I'm asking you. You have listened to the program today, right? You listened from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay. All that you have heard me say, I have given out certain things you can do to help yourself. So what have you decided now that you will do based on what you have heard to help yourself? Hello? No, we're not talking about business. You said you already earn, but you are not able to save. And I've said a lot of things around that issue already. I said if you're not able to save, there is a way you can go about it. Okay. When you get your income, for instance, remove a part of that income. It is recommended that you save at least 10% of what you earn. So if your income is 50,000, for instance, 10% of 50,000 is how much? 5,000. At least 5,000 should be removed and kept in an account. Now, I gave an idea of what you can do also. I said you can go to a bank and tell them that you want to open a savings account. You don't want an ATM card, and you don't want that account to be enabled for online transactions, so that you can only put money there, but you cannot withdraw it. So that's another way you can help yourself to start saving. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for calling into the program. Wow. Okay, you too can call and be part of the program, but if you're just joining us and wondering what we're all about here, this is the Money Boss coming to you live from the studios of Radio Bayelsa, 97.1 Yenegua, Bayelsa State, Nigeria. And the program is all about financial literacy. What we do here is to give you the relevant knowledge around how you can make money, how you can manage money, and how you can multiply money. So today we are looking at 5 money rules that can change your life. We've looked at them, and I'm beginning to take calls. I've started taking calls a while now, and I'm still going to take some calls. We have some time to play with. So you can be part of the program by calling the number 0806 036 2898. Before you call, endeavor to reduce the volume of your radio. And when your call gets through, tell us your name and where you're calling us from. And for our YouTubers, you can leave in the comment section what your challenge around money is. Are you having trouble saving? Are you in debt? Is your problem low income? What exactly are you struggling with financially? You can leave a comment there for us and we will respond to you. Or you want to share an experience around finances that you've had that just could bless somebody, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. All right, and while you're there, if you haven't subscribed to the Money Bus, please go on, like, also share, and subscribe to that channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that whenever something drops on that channel, you won't be left out. You will be notified, okay? So that's for those following via YouTube. And those listening via radio, you might just want to go and see what it is like in the studio. Go to the Money Boss on YouTube and you see me doing it live from the studio here. Okay, so the number. All right, let me take this call. Hello? Hello? Yes, you called in. You're welcome to the Money Boss. All right. So we will put an end to that call and then we'll continue with what we're doing. Hello? Hello, yes. You're welcome to the Money Boss.
My name is
All right. In Biama River State. All right, go on.
Something that is talking me about that are certain talk. Already, this program always I'm listening and very good and interested program.
Thank you.
And many people supposed to hear this thing and there are many people not understand the particular thing to listen to this radio to hear from you. Like what the last time I asked, I am the one asked. I said that I need your number. We have the programs. That is next step living. How to do the next step of your living. So I want you to come and teach the people about damage to make people to know about their living of the next step. And there are many people not give your number and this. And this is an issue to teach people to know how to think of their next living. So why we human beings think always and failure or that area of what of somebody plan or somebody building to build lives. So what do we do to do this aspect? And now I need to teach people for our gathering place. There are many women are coming. It's a women program as a personal advice, some are youth. They are having youth don't know what to do. Not everybody to listen to this. So that area it is stuck with. That is why I think all you back in this. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I remember some weeks ago you called into the program or so, if I remember correctly. But there was someone that called. I'm thinking you were the one. And you were saying you needed my contact because you needed me to come talk in a program. Now, at the end of, I didn't even get to the end of that program. Midway into that program, I gave her my phone number. I don't know if you didn't get it. But I gave her my phone number. And for a while now, at the end of the program, I always call her my number. So if you still haven't gotten it, just hold on. By the end of today's edition, I'll also call her my number so that you have it. But don't call me. You send me a WhatsApp message, like I've said, so that I can respond to you, because it's not every time that I will be able to take calls. You might be calling at a time I can't take your call and it will seem as if I don't want to take calls. No, that's not the case. But if you leave a WhatsApp message, even if I'm busy, maybe a while later I'll be able to respond to it, okay? So that is it. Well, I doubt our ability to take any calls now because I want to run through the things that I've said in case there's anyone just joining us and the person, missed out on what we had said before. All right, I'll run through the 5 rules again for the benefit of such a person. The first rule is that you have to pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. The second is that you have to live below your means. Live below your means. Going to say that you shouldn't spend everything that you earn. And then rule number 3, give your money an assignment. Tell your money what your money should be doing. Rule number 4, build multiple streams of income or build additional income capacity. And then the 5th rule, make your money work for you. Ensure that your money works for you. Save intelligently. Save intelligently and learn how to invest responsibly. I have said all those, if you put 100,000, you will get 200,000. Those are not investments. Those are Ponzi schemes. They are scams, and they will run away with your money. So don't go close to them. Now, here's the most important part. Knowing these 5 rules that I just stated out will not change your life. Just knowing them will not change your life. But what will change your life is applying this knowledge that you have known. So if you just listen to me, and at the end of the program, maybe you even took notes or whatever, and you just keep the notes in one drawer, you do nothing with the knowledge you have gotten, nothing will change. Next year, 2027 will come and go. Nothing will change about your finances. But you see these things you have learned today, you take them and you run with them, starting to practice them every step of the way. Nobody will recognize you. Even by the end of this year, you will see drastic changes begin to happen. You'll even be happier. I remember when I started out to invest, just the knowledge that I had money growing somewhere, even though I didn't have my hands on it, just knowing in my heart that my money was burning for me somewhere, there's this joy that it just gives to you. So you even live a happier life. So do this. Do this, run with what you have heard today. Go on, apply all of them, invest intelligently, save intelligently, and you will just be fine. If your financial behavior, like I've said, doesn't change, your financial situation may not change too. So please, start to do the things that you need to do. Now, I want you to remember this. Your financial future is being built by the decisions you make with the money you have today. Your financial future is being built by the decisions you make with the money you have today. You don't have to become wealthy overnight. No, you don't necessarily have to. You don't need to have everything figured out today. But start with one rule. Maybe you decide to start paying yourself first, and then you move on to the next one. What's that? You decide. But it's one step after the other. You might say it's too overwhelming to start doing everything at once. So don't worry. Just take it one step at a time. And don't compare your financial journey with another person's. That's where sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot. Don't compare your financial journey with somebody else's, especially based on what you see on social media. Okay? Build according to your reality. Build patiently. Build intentionally. Build wisely. But by all means, keep building. Keep going. Because the goal isn't simply to look rich. The goal is to become financially strong. Okay? So this is where we'll say a goodbye for today. But before we go, I want to remind you that you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, The Money Boss. You go there, you like, you share so that your friends can enjoy this thing you're enjoying here. And then hit the notification button, the bell, so that whenever something comes up new there, you're not left out. Okay? And I said I was going to give out my phone number, so here it is. 0803 750 4852. I'll take that again. 0803 750 4855.